Welcome to Hot Copy. Senator judges are set to hold a caucus as the Senate resumes the Corona impeachment trial today. One of the high points on the agenda is the discussion on a Supreme Court order against opening Corona's dollar accounts. This report.
The impeachment trial of Chief Justice Renato Corona is scheduled to resume today after the court granted the defense's request for a two-day break to prepare its new set of witnesses. The Senate Impeachment Court has agreed to subpoena Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales, who is investigating Corona's alleged dollar deposits, and the complainants, party list Congressman Walden Bello, civil society leader Harvey Ke, former Akbayan Representative Risa Ontiveros Barakel, and Emmanuel Santos. The defense wants to present them as hostile witnesses. Members of the defense team earlier said the Chief Justice would finally face his own impeachment trial, but only if his accusers also take the witness stand.
I draw your attention to the $10 million that was mentioned by Senator Estrada and his, as he put it, gentle recommendation for the Chief Justice to testify in this connection. Now, I wish to draw attention to the fact that this is not a matter within the complaint. Be that as it may, Your Honor, the defense is not going to skirt from this issue. If the Honorable Court is inclined that we should address this issue, if the Honorable Court is inclined to consider this matter in its deliberations, if the Honorable Court is inclined to make this form part of the basis of any verdict rendered here, we will willingly confront the issue.
The prosecution team says it's ready for Corona's testimony. Meanwhile, Senator Judge Coco Pimentel wants another vote on whether or not the impeachment court should heed the Supreme Court's temporary restraining order on the opening of Chief Justice Corona's dollar accounts. Pimentel says he will bring up the matter when they hold a caucus today.
And on Hot Copy this morning, it's actually quite rare. Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano joins us. My gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. But okay, let's start.
Belated Happy Mother's Day sa lahat ng ating mga nanay.
And to your wife too. But all right, the Ombudsman was subpoenaed and you believe is showing up today?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, what is your stand on the Ombudsman doing another investigation on Chief Justice Corona? In fact, she's asked him to answer and reply on the alleged $10 million account, which he refused to do.
Recap lang, no? Sabi ng Pangulo, this is all about anti-corruption. This is all about cleaning the country. Sabi naman ng CJ at ng mga ibang taga-Supreme Court, this is about judicial independence at gusto daw brasuhin ang Supreme Court, no? So without making a stand and just being fair as a judge, we have to weigh and make sure na tama yung balance of power, no? And whatever happens, maging maganda ang kinalabasan na to for all institutions. Okay. Dati, klarong-klaro sa amin na hindi pwedeng imbestigahan. You cannot investigate or file charges against a Supreme Court justice, more so the CJ, no? The only remedy to hold them accountable is dalawa lang, no? One is impeachment. Number two, tapusin mo muna mag-retire or kaya yung tapos na yung kanyang term, no? They turn 70 years old, saka mo kasuhan. Okay. Suddenly, stuck ang impeachment court because nagbotohan kami at yung majority namin mga kasama ayaw labanan ang Supreme Court sa power nila ng TRO na hindi pwedeng buksan yung accounts.
On the dollar.
On the dollar accounts, no? Okay. Suddenly, ngayon, sinulatan.
You were pro-opening.
Yes, I was for the opening. I really believe may sole power kami to hear and try at hindi dapat makialam ang Supreme Court dito. No? That's my stand. So what happened is that may mga nag-complain sa Ombudsman. Ang ginawa ng Office of the Ombudsman, sinulatan si CJ at sinabing may investigasyon at hinihingan siya ng sagot. So this is a change of policy in the sense that it's a more progressive stand against corruption that a sitting justice, and in this case a CJ, has to answer. Now, hindi basta-basta ang ating ombudsman, ha? Dati itong Supreme Court justice at marunong to, very well respected sa legal community, no? So without making a stand right now, kasi yun nga ang gusto kong itanong, dalawa ngayon ang mabigat na issue. Number one, meron nga bang dollar account o wala, or alam natin meron, magkano ang laman, or may tinatago ba o wala, or mapapaliwanag ba o hindi. But number two, yung mabigat na issue dito, yung sa balancing ng power, pwede bang imbestigahan o pwede bang kasuhan ng ombudsman ang isang nakaupong Supreme Court Justice. Kasi pag sinabi natin oo, medyo delikado din yon. Kasi paano kung gamitin ng mga losing litigants, ika nga, ito complain ng mga judges, na pag may natatalo o meron may kailangan sa korte, kakasuhan sila para medyo magbago isip nila or para mag-blackmail, etc. No? So, is it better for the country that the ombudsman can investigate para hindi naman super powerful ang mga justices? Or will it be bad na merong parang threat sa mga justices aside from impeachment? Kasi ako mismo, I supported the impeachment because ang alam ko, it's the only way to hold someone accountable pag nasa Supreme Court ka. And there's a line of Supreme Court cases that support that. But suddenly ngayon pwede. So I think these are the two issues that senators and others will be interested in today, no? Na kung mabibigyan na ma-highlight, no? Kung magkakaroon ng head start mamaya ang ombudsman, dalawang kailangang malalaman kaagad dyan talaga yung meron nga bang dollar account, magkano laman, at number 2, may power ba siya na kunin yung impormasyon at pagbuksan ito.
Now, apparently, when you sign the SAL-N, there's a waiver that the ombudsman can investigate even your account.
Correct.
So tell me about that.
Actually, hindi yung account.
What is anything?
BIR.
Okay.
Yun ang bill ko. Yun po yung sinasuggest ko ever since the time of the first gentleman GMA. Dagdagan yung waiver na yon na pati accounts pwedeng buksan ng ombudsman. But right now, ang nakalagay dun sa waiver sa likod, pwedeng buksan ang tignan ng record sa BIR and other government records. Now, question, does that include AMLA records? Kasi Central Bank may records, AMLA may records. Banks are private, no? Most banks are private.
Yes.
But the AMLA and
records
are government, no? So does that waiver include that? Kasi if it does, then anong pinag-uusapan natin na bank secrecy law? Pwede naman pala tignan ng ombudsman, pwede palang kusa silang mag-file ng kaso. Remember,
for politicians.
Yes,
for sitting public officials.
For anyone in government who has to file the SAL-N. Pero medyo progressive view yun, na pati AMLA records. Because nga, when you sign the waiver, mag-assume ka doon that there are existing laws. And you're not signing a waiver for bank accounts. But ako gusto ko yun. Gusto ko na lahat ng public officials, kaya sabi ko nga, ang hamon ko nga sa presidente at sa administrasyon na to, bakit yung Supreme Court justices lang? Ba't hindi lahat ng kabinete mo, papirmahan mo na ngayon na may waiver sila na pwede tignan ng bank accounts nila para tignan din natin kung may kumikita din o kung meron ding tinatago na dollar or peso account. So, that's one aspect of this impeachment. We have to balance the executive, legislative, and judiciary, no? So, mamaya, yun ang magiging katanungan sa ombudsman. Merong bang impormasyon o yung lang binigay ng complainants? Kasi isa-isa na sinasabi ng complainants na yung kanilang ebidensya, yung pinakita na rin sa impeachment court. So kung sasabihin ng ombudsman, yun din ang basihan niya at pinapapaliwanag niya lang, katanggap-tanggap naman yun. But kung sasabihin niya, hindi, meron ako separate na impormasyon, saan galing yon? And kung nanggaling sa AMLA yon, yun naman ang sinasabi ng iba, pwede ba to? And what will stop them from going against the enemies, so-called political enemies of the government, no? But as I said, no, mataas ang faith sa ating ombudsman, very credible and everything. So there's another side that during the time of President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, yun ang sinasabi naman. Hindi mo pwedeng kasuhan ang presidente habang nakaupo. Pwede, pero pwede mong imbestigahan and then tumigil ka sa findings mo and wait na wala na, saka mo kasuhan para yung ebidensya hindi mawala. So those are two different views. Pero nung time ni Ombudsman Mercy, ang sabi niya, pag inimbestigahan mo, ganun din yun kasi magugulo siya eh. Ang point nga nung immunity is you allow the president to finish the term na walang mga ganyang panggugulo sa kanyang term. Kasi when you investigate, hindi mo naman pwede hindi bigyan ng atensyon yan. So ganun din sa Supreme Court. One side can say na, pero pag inimbestigahan mo at kami, etc., will be open to blackmail or will be open to, not to say na mag-blackmail ng ombudsman, but you never know kung yung nagpa-file ng complaints or yung gumagamit ay merong ginagawa doon, no? So there's two sides to the coin in this issue.
Actually, I like your analysis, except I'm curious if the ombudsman is not allowed to do that. I mean, Supreme Court justices are sitting there for a long time. The youngest one right now is Sereno. Am I right? She's 50-something. I mean, that would be if, let's say, hypothetically, someone of that age were doing something questionable. Reports had gotten to the ombudsman. You'd have someone sitting there 20 years, 15 years without accountability.
Agree, but there are two quick solutions to that. No? The SALN, na dapat open at makukuha, so transparency. And pangalawa, yung FOI. Diba? Kasi if you pass the FOI bill and all the records, yung kung paanong ang botohan, yung SAL nila and everything are open, then kasi very powerful ngayon yung media eh. And not only the traditional media, social media.
Yeah.
Diba? Tignan mo, mas magagaling pang judges yung nasa Twitter at Facebook kasi sa amin mga, kasi ang dami kong hindi napapansin sa hearing ha. Pero pag nagbasa ka na sa Twitter at nagbasa ka na sa, although nakiki-Twitter lang ako kay Senator Pia, no? Pero let's say sa Facebook or sa mga blogs, you'll see grabe ang insights because may instant experts ka eh. So, alam mo, sa property, hindi naman kami experts, di ba? But habang nanonood yung mga nasa property market, tapos hindi naman nilalagay minsan yung pangalan nila. So, they can be open, alam mo, empleyado sila ng ganitong korporasyon o ganyan. So, they can give like that. So, the answer there is really transparency. But the judiciary can only function when it's also very independent, eh. Diba? Kasi lahat tayo human eh. Lahat tayo may mga weaknesses din. So, kung ang problema mo ay mabla-blackmail mo or matatakot mo yung judge, hindi magiging fair yung kanyang decision making. On the other hand, tama ka rin naman. Pagka walang accountability at all, ano sinasabi sa atin? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, how do you balance the two? That's why, in a sense, maganda yung impeachment. Kasi ever since pinanganak ako, wala akong maalala na na-impeach sa ating bansa. Martial law baby ako. No? So, now, at least it's a lesson it sends a message to COMELEC, sends a message to the Office of the Ombudsman, to COA na pag gumawa kayo ng mali, di ba, pwede kayo ma-impeach. But remember, ang presidente din kasi ang nag-play ng major role dito. Halimbawa, sa COMELEC, marami din may angal sa COA dati and everything. No? So, how do you balance all of this? So, some will say, go to the ombudsman.
Okay.
Pero paano naman kung yun naman, doon naman mapunta yung... Remember, the ombudsman is not one person, ha?
Yeah.
Kung yung ombudsman lang, ang pinag-uusapan natin, okay, dahil grabe yung credibility niya. But you have
that's an office.
That's a whole office. Hundreds of people, have a lot of good people there, but still, may mga business din yung iba dyan, may political connections.
Okay, all right. Now let's move on. If Ombudsman Carpio Morales says, I've gotten evidence on the $10 million account, supposedly, hypothetically, or some account wherein it's millions of dollars, can the impeachment court use that, given that you took a vote, I mean, among yourselves, and the respect the TRO won?
Well, fearless forecast.
Yeah.
May mag-o-object. Pero we all want to get to the bottom of it and we want to know the truth, eh. Yeah. So, ang problema mo, even for the defense, no?
Yeah, if it's
pag
sitting
sinabi
there already,
ng ombudsman na meron, tapos sinupress mo yon, di ba? Lalong mag-is. Kasi remember, ang difference ng public office sa private, guilty ka ba o hindi, sapat na yon. Kung may legal reason ka, parati kong ginagamit yung example sa drugs, di ba? Halimbawa, private citizen ka, na-raid yung bahay mo. Tapos sinabi ng judge, walang warrant eh. So, illegal. Pero may nakuha ko 1 kilong shabu. Wala kang magagawa, makakalaya siya. Pero halimbawa, congressman yon, mayor, governor, o kung anumang posisyon, no? Na-raid bahay niya, sinabi wala kang warrant, napawalang sala. Iboboto mo pa ba yon? Hindi mo ba tatanggalin sa office? Ang problema sa Supreme Court justices or kaya sa mga constitutional offices, wala naman silang eleksyon eh. Di ba, may term sila o kaya hanggang 70 years old. So, hindi sapat na sabihin nila sa batas, naka-absuelto kami. Yung fitness or dapat ba sila nandun, yung moral, hindi lang yung legal. So, ang kailangan malampasan ni CJ dito is not only the legal fitness, but the moral fitness to stay there. That's why I think it's a good move on his side
to come
and magpapaliwanag siyang diretso.
Now, what will be your basis for making a decision? I've asked my other guests who are senator judges on the show. They all have different points of view. How will Senator Alan judge? Number one, will Senator Alan and Senator Pia talk among themselves and judge together?
We always talk about the facts and issues. But when it comes to the decision, hindi masyado kami nag-iimpluwensyahan. We arrive to similar conclusions or on some issues mas progressive siya, minsan ako mas so we don't always vote together, no? But we were brought up in the same principle, the same Christian, the same nung dad at mom ko, no? So in this case, it's really difficult kasi pwede ka lang talaga maging completely objective. Tatakpan mo yung mukha nung taong nagte-testify o kung sino accused o sino nag-accuse. And then you put yourself in that position, eh, di ba? Halimbawa yung may-ari nung sa Marikina, di ba? Tatakpan mo yung mukha, pakinggan mo, di ba? dire-diretso naman sumagot.
Oo.
In the other hand, human nature, kapag ka bumili ka ng lupa, gusto mo na sa pangalan mo na yung titulo. So, I found out now with all of this, the hardest job is to be a judge.
Correct.
So, mula konsehal, vice mayor, congressman, sa private sector, naging clerk pa ako, nag-summer job pa ako, nasubukan ko lahat yan. Mahirap pala maging judge kasi mahirap umusga.
Correct.
So, how will I make my decision? Hindi mo pwedeng tanggalin ang legal. Pero hindi mo rin pwedeng tanggalin yung moral, yung whether or not he is fit to be the CJ. That's why it will make it much easier either way, no? When he takes the stand. Kasi makikita, dito ko lang naintindihan na tama pala yung Supreme Court pag sinabi nilang yung trial judge, kita niya yung demeanor. Di ba? Halimbawa, kanina, di ba, pinag-uusapan yung sa mga Tulfo at saka sa mga Santiago. But iba kung kaharap mo silang dalawa dito tapos isa-isa mong tatanungin, I think lalabas tayo na more or less may judgment ka kung sino. Pero yung napapanood mo lang sa TV, kahit sabihin mong may video or whatever, ang hirap-hirap.
Now, political party affiliation, will that be a factor?
It's not and it shouldn't be.
For you? No.
For me. Yeah.
Surveys?
Hindi rin.
Hindi rin?
I mean, nung lumabang kami kay GMA, we didn't know it was going to be popular. I think you have to do the right thing. Remember, surveys are a snapshot of what is happening now.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean pag sinunod mo yun, tapos mali ka, hindi ka paparusahan ng tao. So more of discerning what is the right thing to do rather than, I mean, hipokrito ka kung sasabihin mo hindi mo tinitignan yung survey at hindi ka apektado. But you shouldn't make the decision. Kasi kaya nga sila nag-elect ng leader eh. Hindi para sundin sila sa lahat ng gusto ng tao at that point in time. Kung hindi para gumawa ng tamang desisyon. Eh kung survey din masusunod, wag na kami magbotohan, magpa-survey na lang tayo, di ba?
Now, you're running again in 2013,
Yes.
but Pia is not.
Yeah.
All right, the question is, who will the NP ally with? Is it LP or is it UNA?
Or will we run independently?
Yeah.
No. We, traditional politics.
It will be, let me just say, Cynthia Villar, you and Ace Barbers?
Ace Barbers so far.
For
no?
NP.
For NP. Yung traditional politics, no, the reality of politics will always come in any election.
Yeah.
But allow us naman to be also idealistic, di ba? Kasi pinag-uusapan na kaagad UNA at LP, sama-sama tayo. Tinatanong namin, ano bang programa? Ano bang issue? Anong platform?
Okay.
Porque ba ito yung mga winnable? Ito ang mga, I mean, we feel honored, Don't get me wrong. I thank the Liberal Party, I thank Vice President Binay and UNA for inviting us. But ano mangyayari? Sama-sama tayo pag-eleksyon. After the election, pagdating sa Senado, kanya-kanya na naman yung mga senador. So can't we start by talking, ano bang assessment natin ng Aquino administration? Midterm kasi, 2013. Ano ba ang direksyon? Ano ba ang programang pwede tayo magsama-sama and everything? So, before we talk about a vehicle for politicians, can we talk muna about the relevance of political parties? Kasi dati, pag midterm, gusto lahat administration para hindi ka dayain. Hindi ba automated na tayo?
Oo nga.
Diba? Secondly, dati gusto para lahat ng resources.
Yes.
Pero sa ngayon, it's not the resources of government. In fact, pag gumamit ka ng resources ng government,
patay
gagalit
ka.
pa tao,
Yes.
mapunan ka sa cellphone o ma-Twitter ka. Diba? So, right now, it's about being accessible, being on the news, having resources for your ads and everything. Diba? Then, thirdly, minsan yung iba, tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you who you are. So, ang problema ng hindi ka in control sa 12, di ba, halimbawa, no? Pareho kong kaibigan, si Coco at si Mix, pareho kong kaibigan.
Yeah, paano yun?
Pero issue nga sa kanilang dalawa,
yung una.
iyon, di ba? Because nga of the past issues, no? Hindi ma-separate din ni Coco, of course, na hindi pinag-uusap, walang personal yung dalawa but yung issue of the past.
Cheating. Yeah.
So, I'm not saying na hindi kami makipag-coalesce, hindi kami papayag mag-guest candidate kasi, syempre, sa ngayon, minority kami. Pero sabi ko nga, lahat ngayon nag-aagawan sa administration dahil mabango sila. And next year, 2013, chances are mabango pa rin, mag-aagawan pa rin. Paano kung bumaliktad? Baka sila ang nag-uunahan sumama sa amin dahil sa oposisyon kami. So, at this point in time, there are talks and we're talking. But we'd like to know, ano man direction ng gobyerno 2013 to 2016 at anong role namin doon?
All right. Now, you had said in an interview with the Philippine Star, I'm reading it right now, you had said that the outcome of the impeachment trial will affect political movements in the next few months. But did you say this? If Corona is convicted, there's a possibility that Binay will lose the electoral protest.
No,
contextualize.
Yung pangalawa muna. No?
Yes, that one.
When we were talking it was literally a round table to launch a IT project sa jails, no? Ang tinatanong nila ako, yung mga analysis ni Senator Maceda at nung iba.
Okay.
So I said, yun yung sinasabi nung iba kung bakit kung bakit lumalabas na si Vice President ay para kay Corona. But I said, I have no information if that's true, etc. And I think it's much deep. It's not that simple. No, but I didn't say categorically na pag natalo si Corona, ganito mangyayari. Because, you know, I have to give respect sa PET. That's the Presidential Electoral Tribunal. It's more complicated than that. But there are some political analysts, no, who are saying it's that simple. Na kapag nandyan siya, protektado si Binay, pagka wala siya, it will sway towards Mar. But as I said, that's a simplistic view of how all of these things work. Plus, automated tayo, hindi tayo, that's why hindi eksakto yung quote, no? Now, dun sa sinasabi kong yung outcome, yes, why? Halimbawa, ina-imbita ka ng Liberal Party to join them. Tapos ang boto mo is to acquit. Alam nga naman gusto ko pa nilang kasama.
Yeah, totoo naman yan. Yun, practical.
Kaya I'm being realistic lang na nung sinasabi kong o kaya, halimbawa, sasabihin mo sa una, sama ako, pero pag gines ako na liberal, payag din ako. Baka sabihin nilang, choose one naman, di ba? Parang pag-ibig to, isa lang, hindi pwedeng dalawa. So, that's what I was saying then, that I think the major decisions will be made after the impeachment. Lastly, what I said there na hindi lumabas, bad taste kasi na namumuliti ka na dapat concentrated ka dito. At dito kasi, judge ka eh. Imagine if judges were campaigning in this country.
Correct.
Diba? When you campaign kasi, may give and take.
Yan
Eh.
That's
diba?
a fact.
That's a fact. Diba?
Yeah.
So, even if wala kang i-promise, alam mo, nakailan absent ako ng mga okasyon sa palasyo, lalo sa diplomatic corps, sa mga leaders around the country who are coming. Active ako sa IPU and I'm active locally and internationally sa ganyan. Because nga, perception. So kahit na ang mesa namin malayo sa mesa ng presidente and kahit na hindi ko naman siya nakakausap kahit nandun sa palasyo, pagka dumaan lang ang makamayang makunan ka ng picture, ang sasabihin na may pinag-usapan kayo.
Yeah, but
that's why I don't blame the Vice President na he has to do it. Diba? In liberal, they have to do it. But kami, dadalawa na lang kami ni Senator Villar, diba, nasa Senado pa pareho. Pag nag-ano na kami kaagad, mabibigyan ng So if I announce now that we're sasama kami sa liberal, diba, may magsasabi na, alam na namin boto niyan sa impeachment. Or pag sinabi sa una na kami, tapos paano kung acquittal yung boto na, hindi sasabihin nila, kasi yun ang gusto ni Vice President. So, it's unfair naman, unfair to the President, unfair to the Vice President. Kaya sabi ko, kumbaga sa wag muna yung matamis naming pwede bang tapusin muna namin ito, diba? Pero thank you sa invitasyon.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we return, our guest, Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano, will answer questions from you, our viewers, Facebook and Twitter. We'll be right back.